Hello and welcome back to Chill Phil Gaming. Thanks for joining me and my dog Hash Brown as we get into kind of a comfy mode, a comfy, cozy, chill mindset where we explore our space in the game Universe Sandbox. And today there is an update, and a very exciting update because it's coming up, and it is the April 8th, 2024 total solar eclipse. And we are going to look at that simulation right now. Let's go. All right, and let's hit pause because we don't want it to happen without us as we read this. The total solar eclipse on April 8th, 2024, which is coming up very soon. Total solar eclipses where the moon passes between the sun and the earth, fully blocking the sun, occur about once every 18 months and can only be viewed from a narrow path across Earth. So what's interesting is from the perspective of Earth, the sun, further away but much bigger, is about the same size from our perspective as the moon, right? So when the moon passes in front of the sun, it's almost like a puzzle piece. It like just fits perfectly and completely blocks it out. As long as you're in the path of totality, which we will see here. For me, I'm right in the middle. I'm in Indianapolis, and I am right in the middle of the path of totality for this upcoming 2024 total solar eclipse. So on April 8th, 2024, a total solar eclipse will pass over North America, starting in Mexico and moving across the United States from Texas to Maine and finally to Newfoundland, Canada. The last total solar eclipse visible from North America was in August 2017. I remember that. I was working not too far from here, and yes, everybody was outside, not looking at it directly. Don't do that. Use the special glasses that you can get in a lot of places. And there will be not another total solar eclipse visible from the continental United States until 2044, so 20 years from now. So we're gonna see on the simulation what's happening here. So we're gonna close this out since we read that. Okay, cool. And we're gonna go here. So here's the shadow. We're gonna see as we hit play, we're gonna see the shadow of the moon cross from about here to here, okay? I am about, see here, right in the middle, about right here. And look, boom. This is the eclipse happening right now. And as we hit pause here, it's kind of right in the middle of the United States here. We're gonna see, let's turn over here because we're gonna point back at the sun and look. Boom, there's the moon, there's the sun. And as you can see that from our perspective, they're like the same size. It's pretty cool how that happened, how it's worked out. And so what you're seeing in the path of totality is basically, you can't see it from this angle, but the moon is covering up the sun completely from that perspective. And so, you know, as you can see, it's very narrow because the moon's not that big. If the moon was bigger, the path of totality would be much bigger than just boom right here. It would cover maybe half the planet or whatever. So it is moving, you know, kind of up towards from parts of Mexico, Texas, Indianapolis to Maine, and then parts of Canada up north. So let's continue moving this simulation forward. Boom, there it goes. It's continuing, and then it just slowly fades away as the moon doesn't block the sun, you know, and continues on its orbit. So let's, okay, so I'm late to finding out, not a new thing, but a pretty commonly understood thing about Universe Sandbox. I'm a little embarrassed about this because in previous videos I've talked about, you know, if only I could do this thing. Well, you can. I was watching another video, and that is reversing time. And some of you have probably watched, this is what, video 11, I think? And you've probably been like, Phil, you can reverse time. You keep saying you can't reverse time. You can't. Of course you can. So yes, I should have known this, that yes, you can reverse time. And if you go down here and you click the little box with all the time and date and all that stuff, and hit, oh, look here, what do you know? Reverse time. We're gonna click this, and then we're gonna hit play, and we're gonna watch as the moon kind of passes between us and the sun, as we can see what is exactly happening here. Okay, and we're happening, and the moon is going back in time. Let's get a good perspective here. Boom, and the moon covers the sun up the right amount. It's really perfect. It's So cool. That's what happens when you're in a path of totality. When you're not in the path of totality, then it's something, okay, stop reversing time. Then it's something like this. As you can see, this is not the path of totality. If where we were, yes, we're in space right now, but if where we were is on the Earth, we're not getting a complete covering of the sun by the moon, just the partial coverings. And that's, again, down like this. So you have to be right in the middle. And lucky for me, we see I'm in the complete middle, path of totality. So what we're gonna do here then is, let's go back. Okay, back to reverse time. We're gonna reverse it a little faster here because I got no time for that. Let's go. Okay, boom. So as we can see, stop, pause, go back here. Okay, it's coming upon the Earth. Let's go back a little bit more. Okay, and play. Yep, we're going back and we're hitting pause. Let's go on Earth. If we hit C, about where I am, okay? Approximate. I don't want you to find out where I live because I don't know you. But you're probably nice people, and we're gonna go approximately around here, and we're gonna hit C, and it gives us the perspective from Earth. We're gonna point at the sun. There we are, and we can kind of see from this perspective what's happening in the path of totality. This is what Universe Sandbox says approximately should look like. The simulations aren't real life unless we're living in a simulation. Okay, and we're gonna hit play. So yeah, I mean, the sun looks a little weird right now. Things can't be perfect. You know, that it doesn't feel even very bright right now on Earth, and I don't know that we're gonna really see, let's slow it down a little bit more. Really see the difference in lighting. Lighting from the surface is just, and then the atmosphere is just different than real life. So I got pretty close. I don't know if I got total in the totality or if it got me in the right position because it looks like the moon might be a little below the sun. Let's see what happens when we hit play. Hitting play, and see, it's having us rotate, so it's getting a little weird. But hey, look, it's kind of going where it needs to go. I don't think I can zoom in from here. I'm having a hard time zooming in. Okay, we're going at 5 minutes a second, so it's gonna be slower than that. Let's reverse time, hit play, and I can't remember exactly how long totality takes place, where the moon is in front of the sun, but let me look this up.
2 seconds later.
Okay, so I just looked it up. It's 4 minutes and 28 seconds. So I guess that makes sense. It took about a second when we got 4.68 minutes to get through. So at 1 second per 1 second, it's about 4 minutes and 28 seconds. That's pretty cool. Okay, so here's what I find fascinating about the stars and the moon. And what's fascinating to me is that we know the course. We know the course of things. You know, as we see here, what the simulation is showing us is the orbit, right? We're seeing where the moon has gone before. And based on that, we can predict where it's going, where things are going. It's so predictable. And to the point of, we know that in 20 years from now, in 2044, we know the exact date. August 23rd, 2044 is the next total solar eclipse that comes across the United States. And we can predict the trajectory based on our past. We can predict the future. And that is what astronomy tells us, is that we, the position of the planets, the position of the moon, the position of the stars are predictable. And in reality, we're the same way. Maybe not as much. You know, we get surprised by things happening in our life that we go, I wish I knew that was coming, or I'm surprised by that, or why me? You know, we go, why me, God? Why me? And in reality, we can get pretty close to predicting where we're going. If we tune into our present self, if we look at our past actions and what got us to this point, the decisions we make from this point are taking us on a trajectory, are taking us to a destination, that our life can be predictable if we learn to tune in and see the signs. And we just have to look bigger than ourselves, okay? Because thankfully we don't necessarily know the science behind this, but someone does. Someone who made this simulation knows the science, that they can predict the orbit of the moon to go in the right place. And if we play this out Okay, that's interesting. Should we play this out to 2044, August 23rd, 2044? Let's try it. Let's see if they have that predicted well in this simulation. So we're gonna go forward, we're gonna hit play, and we're gonna go quite a bit faster. So here we go, and we gotta move up some years, okay? And as we get closer, we're gonna slow down. We're at 2034, 10 years away, 2041, 42, 43, okay, slow down, 44. Oh, come on, slow down faster. Okay, here we go. May, so about 3 months away. Oh man, I've overshot this sort of thing so much. Not right now, but in other simulations. But you don't know that because of the power of editing. Okay, August, and we're gonna see if they predicted this well, okay? So, all right, here we go, July, and, okay, October 23rd. Okay, we're in darkness, we're sleeping at 2 a.m. in the United States. And now, oh, no, close, you got close. Did you see that? Reverse time, play, look, there it is right here. You got close, but simulation's not perfect. Universe Sandbox, try again, so close, boom. But anyway, what this gets me thinking is, in reality, they know the day. The scientists who know these things do a lot of math, and they figure things out, and they know this. It's an exact science, and it's predictable. It gets me thinking, I should say, about 2044. I know the age I'm going to be. I'm not going to say it out loud. What's your age 20 years from now? Do the math. And it gets me thinking where I hope to be, what I hope to be, who I hope to be. It's that kind of person that I want to strive for. And when we imagine that, the future selves, our future selves, we can decide whether we're on that trajectory, whether the choices we're making is putting us on the orbital path that will take us there. We can see the orbital path of the moon, and we can determine its trajectory. And we can see the orbital path proves to us, calculating its orbital path or recording it as it's happening, we can know its history, and you can know yours, and you can see how the decisions you made got you to where you need to be. 2044, who do you want to become? Who do you want to become by then? 20 years ago, it's actually not that long away. It feels, maybe if you're 20 or under 20, it's a whole lifetime. But let me tell you, as someone who is older than 20, quite a bit older than 20, it's not, it's quick. And the more lifetime that you have experienced in your brain, the quicker and the more attainable the periods of time can be understood in your brain. So naturally, things are going to seem quicker. Time will go faster. And if you don't believe me, wait 20 years and come back to this video and go, oh, he was right, because things are flying by like that. My son turns 6 tomorrow. And I just remember the day he was born like it was yesterday. It is burned into my memory. And how I want to be remembered by him dictates how I want to parent him, how I want to interact with him, and how I want to love him. And I want you guys to kind of think about that too. How you want to be 20 years from now. How do you want to be remembered? How do you want to be in the world? Let that inform how and who you are today. And that, my friends, is... No. Okay. So this got me thinking, what if I created a video message for myself that I scheduled on YouTube for August 22nd, 2044, which is the day before the 2044 total solar eclipse in the United States, for it to just be published then? Can I schedule that far out? I think so. I'm going to try to do a video message here and now for my future self. Hello, future me, or I guess your present me. It's present me speaking, but your past me. It's the eve of the 2044 eclipse across the United States. Well, for you, for me, it's March 2024.